maybe possibly put it up on YouTube. I don't know. I've always been fascinated by ASMR ever since it came on the scene on YouTube about 15 or so years ago. But anyway, one of the main reasons, and this might sound a little stupid, but one of the main reasons why I wanted to do this was because I remembered a phrase that I heard in a movie back in the year 2002. It was a movie called Minority Report. And in the movie, one of the precogs, Agatha, is talking to Tom Cruise about his dead son and telling him what his son's life would have been like if he had been alive. And one of the things she says is that he makes love to a pretty girl named Claire. And that last phrase that she says, a pretty girl named Claire, has always given me the tingles, and I never understood why until, a few years later when ASMR showed up on YouTube. Then a lot of things started to fall in place for me as to why I felt this way, or why I was feeling this weird sensation when I would hear those words, because that's always kind of been a thing for me. Me and my sister both really have noticed it. But something about that phrase, pretty girl named Claire, a pretty girl named Claire, pretty girl named Claire, oh, it just rolls right off the tongue, and it sounds so good, the way the consonants just segue into each other. Pretty girl named Claire, pretty girl named Claire. I mean, I wish I could just spend the whole 15 minutes or however long this video is going to be just saying that over and over again. I've always liked the CL sound. The GL sound is also nice in words like glycerine or glass. I've always liked the mouth sounds too, and I feel like in some ways ASMR, the whisper videos, are kind of an extension of that, because you hope to hear it's those little mouth sounds in between that really just bring it to life and make it feel good to listen to, and I have no idea why that is. I guess I understand more now than I used to, especially, with some of the research I've done. I know that some people tend to kind of think of it as sort of a fetish or something, but my theory has always been that ASMR is comforting because it reminds us of our mothers. Because when you're really young, you're up close to your mom, she's holding you in her arms and talking to you. And you're never usually that close to someone when you speak to them or when they speak back to you. But when you're close to your mom, you can hear all the little mouth sounds that she makes when she speaks to you. And I think maybe part of why ASMR is comforting is because it reminds us of that sensation we felt as infants when our mothers spoke to us like that. And especially when there's little mouth sounds in between, they just sound so natural. I know that for a time I actually found mouth sounds annoying, and I know there are people out there who still think that, and it's totally understandable. Like, it's not a sensation you typically want or think of yourself as wanting to hear, but once you kind of start listening to it and really let it in, I just wanted to kind of hear the way I sound when I do it, because I've never really tried that before, except for, like I said, a few years ago. I tried it a couple times, but I like making little mouth sounds. I love especially like when they sound really wet, just with a lot of spit. Anyway, pretty girl named Claire, pretty girl named Claire, pretty girl named Claire. If there are any Claires out there watching, just know that your name is a blessing, and it's very beautiful. I think it's beautiful. So I hope that everyone is having a good day today. I don't really know how long I'm going to make this video. I think I speculated earlier that it was going to be like 15 minutes. I actually did a previous take of this, and I wasn't happy with how loud my breathing was, so I put a shirt over the mic. In the meantime, though, we can just, I really probably should have made a list or something, because I have a lot of trigger words that I remember being really nice, like spatula. Spatula. I don't want to talk too much about that, but I do have a second YouTube channel that is moderately successful. Moderately successful. And, but I don't want, like, if I do an ASMR channel, I don't want people to know that that's me, because I'm kind of embarrassed about it, and I know I shouldn't be, but I am. I just don't want people to be annoyed by it or think, oh no, you've turned into one of those or something. I guess it's not as bad as NFTs, Yeah, but, ooh, that might have been a little loud there just now, but that's okay, because that's always, it always sounds really good. Pretty girl named Claire, pretty girl named Claire, pretty girl named Claire, pretty girl named Claire. Why is that so good? Man, all the movies I've watched over the years, and I've watched a lot of movies, but I've never gotten that feeling from a line in a movie the way I do with that one. I'm sure there's more out there. Okay, actually, now there is another one. In the Green he says he infected you with life, the way she says it, there is like loads upon loads, there's acres of spit in the way she says it, but it's crazy, man. I mean, I gotta tell you, when I first heard that, I remember thinking, this is kind of annoying, but, like I said, you get used to it, you listen to it so often, and you get hooked on it, and then you just can't stop doing it. Perhaps the only thing better than listening to it is doing it yourself, but I don't know, that's just a theory. Or in the words of Denzel Washington, that's one theory. That's from his movie Deja Vu, which is actually a very good movie, and I highly recommend if you haven't seen it, and you like time travel movies especially. It's really good. I think I'm just gonna stop talking and do a few mouth sounds for a little bit here, so here I go. I don't even know how I'm doing that. Anyway, yeah, so I'm not like an expert at this. I don't have like a super good recording setup or anything, and if I wanted to, I guess I could get one. It probably wouldn't be that hard. I was never really into the ASMR, like sound effects, like tapping and stuff like that. I just like the mouth sounds. That's just me though, I suppose. Yeah. Like sometimes I put ASMR videos on while I sleep, but then YouTube decides to send me to a related video, and it's like, oh crap. Because now and then you end up, like one time I had set them up to play while I was sleeping, and then when I woke up, it was on a video by Rhett and Link, making fun of ASMR videos, like doing their own version of it. And I don't remember anything about that video now, except that they said something about earwax and earwax. Oh god, seriously. ASMR videos are not supposed to be funny, but it's always nice when the person's laughing or laughs at something they say. It's always kind of delightful and adds a nice little bit of humanity and levity to the situation. You know what I mean? But yeah, man, it's crazy how much faster time goes by as you get older. I mean, I'm not gonna lie, I'm 46 years old. I'm giving away my identity potentially here, but yeah, I mean, I almost died last year. Literally, I didn't know it at the time, but I had hypothyroid. Apparently it was messing with me and it was causing me to gain weight, and I gained I got up to over 300 pounds for the first time in my life. I always told myself I would never get 300, but then it happened. I went to the doctor last November, 2021, and they told me I weighed 304, and I was like, dear God. So they put me on some medication, and I'm happy to say, with surprisingly little effort, I've managed to get down to 255. So I've lost 49 pounds in the last 6 months. And I haven't even really changed that much. I mean, I guess I am eating a lot more vegetables than I used to. I actually, I joined Blue Apron, like this company that sends food to your door. And you still have to cook it, but they send you the fresh produce and everything. And the quality of the ingredients is so good. And like, I'm eating stuff like zucchini and broccoli that I never in a million years thought I would be eating. So I was one of those kids that would not eat the vegetables on their plate. I would just throw them away. And I did this up until I was literally over 40. The only vegetable I would ever eat was corn. But yeah, anyway, I'm sorry you're telling my life story here, but yeah. Pretty girl named Claire. Maybe someday I can find a pretty girl named Claire, and then I can date her, and it would be really sweet. And I could like give her lots of nice hugs and kisses. It'd be really sweet. I sound very cheesy right now. I'm sorry. It's not the way guys are supposed to talk, but I guess cats can do that too. I do have a cat. Actually, my roommate does, but I'm living with him, so I'm taking care of the cat while he's off on vacation this week. So it's a really sweet kitty. He's 18 years old. He's gonna be 19 in a few months, and he has kidney problems, so he has to take medication for it. But I guess we're all getting a little older. What can I say? Time goes goes by, children get older. Whatever that is they say in the song Landslide by Fleetwood Mac. You'll find if I make more videos like this, you'll probably be quick to find that I tend to talk about music and movies a lot. I'm a big fan of them both, actually more video games than anything, but like right now I'm trying to learn to speedrun Metroid Dread, which is a very fun game, very high quality. I never expected that game to be as good as it was, but anyway, I'm rambling. This is not good. But yeah, I don't know. I guess sometimes when you can't think of anything else to say, you just have to go with it. But yeah, I like making these mouth sounds, so they're really fun. And I like saying words like pretty girl named Claire, pretty girl named Claire, pretty girl named Claire, pretty girl named Claire. You know, sometimes you get it right, sometimes you don't. When I was younger, I used to make donuts, and one of the kind of donuts we made was chocolate Bismarcks. And I always noticed that I got a lot of mouth sounds when I would say that, so I would say it over and over again really fast, trying to get the maximum amount of spit on the second C in chocolate. Like chocolate Bismarcks, I'm gonna make some chocolate Bismarcks, I'm gonna make chocolate Bismarcks, I'm gonna make some chocolate Bismarcks, I'm gonna make some chocolate Bismarcks. I just do that over and over again. Little did I know that apparently chocolate is a big thing on SpongeBob. I just found out about that meme like a month ago, and I haven't been able to stop thinking about it. It's so funny. Yeah, I thought I was gonna talk about like other trigger words and stuff, and yet here I'm just rambling about my life. This is too much, man. I have to stop this. The mouth sound's been very good this way, but yeah, maybe next time I can be more focused and concentrate on just trigger words or something. I think I mentioned spatula earlier. Spatula, yeah, spatula's a good one. Spatula. Pretty girl named Claire. Pretty girl named Claire. I've never really tried the unintelligible ASMR. I know that's a thing, and sometimes those are weirdly fascinating videos, but I guess if I tried to say pretty girl named Claire as unintelligible, it would sound like this. Pretty girl named Claire. 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 I don't know, I guess something like that. There's still too much breathing in that, though. Might have to practice my breathing a little bit. Fortunately, ever since taking this medication, my breathing has been a lot better. For a while, man. Let's just say it was bad. Yeah, okay. So, pretty girl named Claire. I wish I could just say that all day long. Pretty girl named Claire. Pretty girl named Claire. Pretty girl named Claire. Pretty girl named Claire. It's just, if you really put the effort into it, it sounds really good. You can't just half-ass it like pretty girl named Claire. You just have to, pretty girl named Claire. You have to say it clearly. The more mouth motion is involved, the more mouth sounds you get out of it, which is really cool, because I've always been one of those people that kind of doesn't really move his mouth a lot when he speaks, and I know I should be better about that, because I would probably be more intelligible if I did do that. I find myself having to repeat myself a lot in life, and I feel bad, because I'm not very good at looking people in the eyes. I've always had that problem too, like, in the movies, when somebody's watching someone through binoculars, but then the person who's being watched looks up and sees the person with binoculars. That's how it feels to me when I look at people in the eyes. I guess the textbook psychological answer for that would be that I don't want people to see me. And well, maybe that's it. I don't know, I guess. Well, I'm not going to get into that right now. It is what it is, for now. I might try putting this up, I don't really know. If I do, I'm going to make a second channel for it, like I said, because I don't want people to know who I am, but, okay. Well, I'm just going to close it out with some more Pretty Girl Named Claire's and some mouth sounds, so goodbye, and thank you very much for listening. If you did, I appreciate you.